a few months ago, I got rid of PlayStation Plus, and I was sitting here thinking like, man, I'm gonna miss it, this, that, and the third, and I don't, I don't miss it at all. I've gotten to the point where I basically don't care if I'm missing out on a couple free games throughout the month. And I'm starting to feel the same thing with Game Pass. Game Pass is a service that's actually pretty good, and I highly recommend it if you are somebody who want to play some games, or you have a full library in front of you to play them. And I think it's a really good deal. But for me, I'm gonna drop it. I'm done with both. PlayStation Plus was cool, but Game Pass, that was cool as well. But it just doesn't serve my purpose. I'm gonna tell you why I feel this way, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel this way, but they're just not really. I ain't gonna say not admitting it. They just don't realize it. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I talk about gaming and everything under that umbrella. Hopefully you guys will hang out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're just gonna go straight into it. So with that being said, like I said, PlayStation Plus. I was a huge fan of PlayStation Plus back in the PS3 days, and it just hasn't been the same since. Now it's the PlayStation 5, and I'm not really interested in having it, so I got rid of it like back in June, and I thought I was gonna miss it, and I was thinking about getting it, and I'm going to need it for something, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I don't miss it, and I'm glad that I'm not paying the monthly yearly fee, because I was paying a yearly fee of $80 a month, and it doesn't seem like it's a lot of money, but honestly that money could go out elsewhere, because most of the games that are coming out now I don't even play. I get them for free, but I don't play them. A lot of games that I had that was on the PlayStation Plus service, I end up buying them physical at some point. So a lot of those PlayStation Plus games that I thought were really cool from the PS3 PS4 era, they're behind me now, so I don't really have them like that. Like I don't need them like that on my hard drive. And also, I look at Game Pass, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not playing any of those games. I thought it was cool because Doom: The Dark Ages came out on Game Pass, which I think is a really good game. But I kind of want that physical. But then again, all the contents aren't on the disc. So what do I do? Maybe I'll just buy on Steam, because at least with Steam, I feel like I kind of own the game. And I'm one of those guys. Obviously, you see, I'm one of those types that like to own my games. And that was another thing about it, is like, even with Expedition 33, I wanted to start that, but what really put me off of not starting it was the fact it's on Game Pass. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's a great service, but that service for people that are, after my generation, like people who grew up around let's say the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox 360, Xbox 360 and the PS4, Xbox One era. It's for those people. Me, look, I've been playing games since like the late 80s, early 90s. I'm one of those cats that like to go to the store and pick up my games and bring them home and play them, and that's where I am. And when I start trying to get into playing these digital games, don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem playing digital games, but I do feel like the digital games are for the most part, the digital games are for convenience. But I don't see the convenience. I do see the convenience in Game Pass, but I like to buy those games out of convenience. And I think to me, it feels like the whole, I don't know if you guys deal with this, like people who have emulators, or they have all the ROMs or whatever. They have these games, but they don't play them, but they have the entire library. Like me, like it's cool to have that whole library, but I don't feel like I'm inclined to play those games just because I have all the ROMs or whatever. When I do buy a game and purchase it, whether it be physical or digital, I'm more inclined to play it. Like, I really want to buy Expedition 33 physical, because those guys deserve my money. You know what I mean? They deserve my money. I really want to play, some of these other games, but I feel like I'm cheating the system by playing them on Game Pass, because the developers, they deserve the money if I feel like the game is worth it. So, I mean, that's how I feel like. Now, what I was saying earlier about PlayStation Plus, I'm going to need PlayStation Plus for at least 1 month because I want to play online to play Need for Speed Rivals. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some communities out there that are trying to get these last two trophies for Need for Speed Rivals, and the only way you'll get the two trophies is you have to be online. Well, the only way to be online is to have PlayStation Plus. So, I'm probably going to bite a bullet, pay that $9, try to go ahead and get those two trophies before the October, so I can have those trophies. But outside of that, I don't really see any other trophies or achievements that I need that are online. I'm good on it, but it's just something about Need for Speed Rivals. I just want to go ahead and get the completion of that game. I don't know why, but that's how I feel. But at the end of the day, that's basically what it is with me. It's like I'm good on PlayStation Plus. I'm good on Game Pass. I think they really do serve their purpose, and I'm not deterring anybody from getting them. I think that especially Game Pass is a very good service, and I highly recommend it. But I know that from a person like me who's actually love that actually play these games for the physical side of them, and I love to collect them. It's just, to me, I don't feel like that it's for me. And I know a lot of people say, well, you should have Game Pass just to try the game out if you like it or whatever case may be. Yeah, that's a good point, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to spend the $20 a month to try out games. I mean, I think at this point, I look at it like this: I'll go through word of mouth like I used to do back in the day, and if I can find reputable people say that a game that I'm not that interested in, that they find it as is a good game, I will go ahead and I'll get it through word of mouth instead of paying my money. And it's just, I think that's just the best way to be for me. For you, if I had to really give my opinion, I think it's absolutely worth it, both of them, for somebody who likes the service. And I think that anybody should at least try it and see if they like it. I'm not one of these people to say I'm against them. I just know that for me in my pockets, I'm just paying for something that I don't even really use. I think the only game I played off of Game Pass, honestly, that I played and finished was South of Midnight. And the only reason why I played and finished South of Midnight is because I actually like the gameplay. The gameplay actually is not that bad, but the story, I couldn't get into the story too much. I thought it was okay, but that's definitely a Game Pass game, in my opinion. Perfect Game Pass game. A game that you want to play real quick, knock it out in a couple days. That's what Game Pass is absolutely for. But even though I did like, South of Midnight, that might not be a game I would even want in my collection. Is it a physical copy of South of Midnight? I don't know. But if it is, I don't know if I want it in my collection. I'll probably just find it if I find it dirt cheap, I'll probably just put it over there with the rest of the Xbox stuff. But it was a cool one and done for me. I don't see myself going back to play it again. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. But outside of that, am I paying $20 a month just for that? Or if I'm playing a yearly, subscription just for a game like that, I don't know. If the game is something like that, as a game that I will probably, like I said, pay $3, I'll find in a bargain bin and play. But that's the way I look at it. PlayStation Plus, yeah, don't miss it. Game Pass is about to be next. Yeah, I got all these games here to play, and I love still going out to pick up games. And I just did a pickup video about that. Hopefully you guys will check that video out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all take it easy, and I'm out. Peace.